Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jodianne, your favorite card slinger extraordinaire. I have got your April reading ready for you. I know, taking me a bit. I've just been bad on my time commitments, except for the podcast. I'm getting that out still all the time. So, anyway, this is your April spread. If you listen to my year ahead forecast, April is heavy. Like after the equinox, as we go into this portion of the year, a lot comes up. So if you haven't listened to that, please, I've got a little thing there, the clicking thing. Go click that, have a listen, come back, see how that fits your life up to this point. So I wanted to do a bit of a bigger spread than 3 cards for you today. I want to do like a little kind of a mini cross spread for you. And I want to look at how this month and the next kind of bit is going to land for everyone in the collective. Because we're going through a transition phase and a lot of stuff is going to come up. There are some emotional things that are coming up. So we're going to look at that. Okay, let's shuffle. Okay, here's your spread. So I've done a mini cross. So we've got, similar to the Celtic cross, we have you in the center, what crosses you, what you're coming from, what you're moving into, and then like an enlightened spirit message. So you came up as the star. Interesting, because the star comes after the Tower card. And remember, I was talking about our year ahead spread, and this is an expansion of the month where the Tower card shows up. So looking at the fact that the star card comes after the Tower is super beautiful. So we know that we have accepted the reality of whatever is coming up, right? We are in the process of the healing. We're probably waffling back and forth between that space of feeling like everything is falling apart, feeling things crumbling around us, feeling trauma coming up and unearthing, and hope. So the key here is knowing that you have the tools, you have hope. Hope is your tool. Just the simple belief that you will get through this will get you through this. I feel like for many of you in the Earbud Coven, this Phoenix Fire, this Tower card that's coming up is going to be looking at our belief systems, looking at and processing all the things that we have been working on. This is like the last piece of the puzzle. I know a lot of us changed a lot through COVID. I know a lot of us are facing this spring with a whole new outlook on life. And now that's what these steps are about. They're about realigning and looking at our past and moving forward into our future. Does that make sense? Okay, and then what is crossing you? This is your obstacle. The Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands embodies our fire and our passion. She's our boss babe mentality. She is very, very wise and knows how to use her willpower and her influence in order to achieve a goal. It's interesting that this is what is crossing you. How you have been using your power in the past is one of the obstacles you need to overcome in order to move through that tower and into that star card. So what could this look like in real life? What could this concept, this airy concept, really mean? So that means there are ways that we have been attacking challenges. There are ways that we have been powering through things that are no longer serving our nervous system, our lifestyle, our health, or our well-being. So we need to allow those things to recede into the background and make space for something new. I know it sounds so easy, but these kinds of things are actually quite nuanced and complicated, especially if you've been on a spiritual path for quite some time. Typically, when we are like empowered, amazing ladies and gentlemen who are walking through the world in touch with our spirit, in touch with our purpose in life, our lessons are nuanced because our life is not in chaos. It's very easy when we're in our 20s and our teens to have like all this tumultuous chaos around us and have our lessons be really kind of ride or die type lessons, like figuring out where you are in the world, figuring out how you relate to people. When we are at a different stage in our lives, these really big concepts are so much work on the inside, and they don't shift our life terribly bigly. So learning how to navigate obstacles with a new set of tools is nuanced, challenging, and emotional behavior, even when our life isn't uprooted by making these changes. That all makes sense? Ready to move to the next card? So let's look at the next card. We have the Three of Swords. I love this card in every deck because it is so dramatic. And it shows what we're moving from. Okay, this is what we're moving out of. This is how we have been feeling in the realm that is highlighted by this reading, which would be our inner self work, I'm imagining. And it is just feeling painful. Okay, now, interesting enough, the 3 is often the beginning of a pain. So we are just stepping into the healing work associated with a loss, a heartache, a betrayal. Okay, and it is possible, because this is relating to our Wheel of the Year spread, where the Tower card is, that this is resurfaced trauma. Things that we have dealt with before coming up in a new nuanced way. Things that we have put aside and put on the back burner, coming up to be looked at and healed at this time. It's going to feel big no matter what it is. Look at that card. Sadness, right? Despair. Not just one sword, 3 swords right through your heart. So think of that multiple layer to this pain, multiple layers to this lesson, multiple layers to this trauma. Okay. And note that's what we're moving away from. Okay. We are that star card in the center. We are moving away from that heartache. We are in that transformative place where we're looking at how we are impassioned, powerful, fiery Queen of Wands, looking at new ways to overcome obstacles. And the next card is this one, the Hangman. Understanding that we are divinely exactly where we are supposed to be, no matter how yucky it feels. The lessons about the Hangman is always acceptance. It's always about accepting so that we can get a better perspective, right? We have lost control of this situation. This is a situation that is not within our control. And that's okay. There's lots of things in life that are not within our control. I know we like to be in control. We like to be in control of our destiny. It's a human thing. And when we are not feeling controlled and embodying power, all of our stuff shows up. And we can sometimes associate it with weakness or not enoughness, or attach some weird meaning to not having control over a situation. So I want to take a minute and reframe things for you, because there are huge things in the world that we lack any control over, right? The aging of people we love. No matter what we do, people we love will age and leave. The ending of some friendships. No matter how much we love someone, sometimes they get a beautiful job opportunity and they move away. Things that happen to our health, things that happen to our body that impact our life and change our course. Okay. These are huge things that are so natural and so normal and so a part of every human's existence on this planet, and we have no control over them. All we can do is get to that place of acceptance. And that is what the hangman is trying to tell us to do. And you look at how he's paired with that Queen of Wands, an empowered force that knows how to achieve a goal. But our usual methods are not working. So we are experiencing a dark night of the soul. Trauma and pain is coming up. Big feels all over. And the hangman says, relax into the chaos. Go to that place of acceptance. Look at the expression on the hangman's face. Look at that, the way the painting has that enlightened halo around his head, right? That always signifies in iconography, spiritual awakening, right? The crown chakra being open and being connected. And then you can even think of the idea that he's upside down. So we're actually gaining a different perspective on our problem, right? Acceptance. Once we embody acceptance, once we get to the place where we stop fighting the situation, then we can move to deep understanding. But while we're fighting the existence of this reality, we are powerless to do anything. Our anger immobilizes us. And that doesn't mean anger is bad. We can talk about that later. Okay, I'm not anti-anger. I'm just saying that within this situation, it is banging your head against a wall, shoving a mountain. You have to step back, breathe, and practice acceptance. It's hard. It's gross. No one likes this lesson. Call your girlfriends up. Call your guy friends up. Call your besties up. Vent to them. Emotionally vomit into your journal. But get to acceptance. Ready for your next card? Okay, ready? Let's flip it. Beautiful. The Three of Wands. The enlightened message coming through, the higher message coming through is, as yucky as this feels, you are actually unlocking more options than you ever thought was available to you. Choices are coming. Choices that you used to think are beyond your reach. Choices that you wouldn't even see yourself having the opportunity to choose are coming your way once you get to acceptance. Once you pass this hangman card, once this is lifted and you've done that work in the heart center to raise your vibration, no matter how dark and ugly, whatever it is you're walking through is, more choices are on the other side. Typically, the Three of Wands hints at adventure, travel, big changes, crossroads, brand new bursting forward of energy in the realm of the way we make our living, in the realm of the way our ambition can be satisfied within the material world. And those are the kind of things that are brewing on the other side of this. So I want to bring this back to that star card. Okay, that is our significator card. That's the card that represents you. So you came through as the star card, as hope, as the risen phoenix. And on the other side of whatever bubbles up this year, this spring, into summer, there is so much choice on the other side of it. There is so much new opportunity on the other side of it. And the key to getting there is, one, acceptance, and two, is battling your desire to accomplish things your old way. You got to create newness, baby. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for spending some time here with me and my decks. I use the This Might Hurt Tarot deck. This is a great deck. It's an indie deck. Please support indie decks. They are amazing. There's so many beautiful artists out there. Oh, and if you're still here, why don't you hit the subscribe button or the like button? Because you must have liked it if you listened to me for this long. Okay, all the links are below. Take care and have a great rest of the month. Bye, babies.